Here is this girl. Her name is Ahed Tamimi. She became an icon for the Palestinian resistance movement for years. Remember, she was the Palestinian girl who like punched an IDF soldier, and oh yeah, she was a hero. Well, here is the face of the Palestinian resistance movement. Look at this. This is what she said recently, and she was arrested for this, and rightfully so. Arrest this. I refrain. I'll wait for that. I'll save that for later. Activist writes, quote, "You'll say that what Hitler did to you was a joke. We'll drink your blood and eat your skulls." Eating your skulls, yes. Now, here is something interesting about Palestinian society that very few people know about and talk about. Man, this is so fascinating. Palestinian society, okay. It's not all bad, guys, all right? There's a lot of good people who are Palestinian. They're not all barbarians, okay? I'm just going to say that. I'm ethnically Palestinian. All right? My father came from the West Bank. But my father had this friend whose grandfather was a wizard. And he would do this thing where he would go to these ancient grave sites and he would unearth Roman skulls. And he would do this thing where he would look at the Roman skull and he claimed that the skull would speak to him in Latin. And many years ago, there was this book that I was reading. Oh gosh, this was back when I was like a sophomore in high school. And there was this book I was reading at that time. I forgot who wrote it, but it was written by some journalist who he either went to Gaza or he went to the West Bank, I don't remember. But he was talking to this Palestinian guy, this Palestinian local. And they were interviewing him in his home, and they were talking for a bit, and this guy wanted to eat something. So this journalist guy, wrote that on this guy's table was a human skull, and inside the skull was hummus. Hummus is garbanzo bean puree, right? To put it in simple ways, it's bean dip. In the skull was hummus, and he was scraping the hummus off the skull with bread and eating it. And I was like, I remember reading that thinking like, what the hell is this? There are people in Palestinian society who do this sort of thing. Not everybody, obviously, but there's some weirdos. There's a lot of weirdos there. Okay. So it says here, prominent Palestinian activist Ahed Tamimi was arrested Monday after posting on social media that Palestinians will slaughter settlers and drink your blood. Now listen, I'm not a huge fan of the Jewish settlements, and I think a lot of the settlers are lunatics. I think a lot of them are like far-right, crazy fanatics. They are. A lot of them are, okay? But this type of shit ain't justified. Drinking blood and all this crazy shit. Our message to the herds of settlers is that we are waiting for you in all of the West Bank cities, from Hebron to Jenin. We will slaughter you, and you will say that what Hitler did to you was a joke. We will drink your blood and eat your skulls. Come on, we're waiting for you. So she was arrested for this, and rightfully so. This little brat, look at her. Oh, I'm a victim. I'm a victim. Oh. This little brat absolutely arrests her ass for writing bullshit like, oh yes, I'm look at me. Have you guys ever seen this video? Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Look at this bullshit video. She's always, for years, this girl has been posing herself as a victim, professional victim. And that's the problem with a lot of the that's the problem with a lot of the world today, to be honest with you. There's a lot of professional victimhood, and there's a lot of professional victims George Floyd, the whole movement. It was professional victimhood. Victims! Oh, the knee on the neck! Oh, my God! Oh, the guy was a criminal who robbed $20 from the store. Oh, it doesn't matter! The criminal! It doesn't matter! George Floyd! This girl tried to stab another girl, and then the police officer saved the girl that was about to be stabbed by shooting the girl who was going to stab the other girl. But it was police brutality! Police! Oh my God! So terrible! Terrible! So, tell me, where would you rather live? Under whose government would you rather live? Israeli government or Hamas? It's a very simple question. Which government do you want to live under? You want to live under Hamas or do you want to live under Israel? And I want all these Zoomer lunatics, these Zoomers with their giant glasses. They look like idiots. These Zoomer zombies. I want them to answer that. That's the kind of question they need to be asked. Which do you want to live under? You want to live in Gaza? Under Hamas? Or do you want to live under the genocidal state of Israel? The genocidal. It's genocide, everybody. Genocide. 21% of Israel is ethnically Arab. Genocide. It's all genocide. No, it's called deception.